So many of you responded to my poll that I put out last week asking you if you wanted to restart book club after my spontaneous break that I absolutely failed for 2 months. And so many of you said yes. So here we go. Here is the Fun Size Book Club announcement for May of 2023. If you watched my last video, you know why book club was put on a halt. You know why I have not been reading fantasy. If you haven't watched that video, you should go watch it because it may explain why my channel is the way that my channel is right now. I still wanted to get book club started up again because I've been wanting to read at least one book a month. I figured this is the best way for us to do it together and still interact and still get my videos out to you guys. Hopefully, be able to read a fantasy book. The one that I picked for May, you're not going to be surprised by, okay? You're not going to be surprised by this. And the reason why I picked it is because I actually want to read it and because I have heard so many things about it, because I've seen fucking reviews everywhere for it, and people are just obsessed about this book, and I want to be on that train. Even though my brain is like, no, fantasy, don't read it, stay away. I am really trying. And despite having those feelings, despite being totally averse to fantasy right now, I started the book, I read the first chapter, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be good. It was like the same feeling that I got when I started reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night, where you just start it and you're like, I know this is gonna be a good book. So even though I'm putting out this book club announcement a little bit late, I have already started reading the book to give myself a little bit of a head start so that I do not fail and actually read it on time to talk with you guys about it. Without further ado, the book for Fun Size Book Club of May 2023 is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And I had pre-ordered this a really long time ago because I saw the edges with the dragons and I was like, I have to have this. Only the first editions have the dragons down the sides. So make sure if you really want the dragons to go get it as soon as possible, because once they're gone, they're gone. They're not reprinting them with the dragons. As far as I know, I could be wrong about this, but I think I'm right. Red Tower Books is a new entity owned by Entangled Publishing. Now, we all know that I have read so many Entangled books, or Entangled Teen, Entangled Romance, varies, and I've loved them. And so when I saw that they were starting a new publishing house where they were focusing solely on new adult fantasy, I was like, yes, that's for me. Yay, Red Tower. I will be watching what you're putting out, especially if the books are like this so far. Now, what is this book about? If you can tell, there are dragons. Okay, there are dragons. It is a new adult book based on a school, kind of like a wartime school, where they're training to be dragon riders. Let me just read you the description. I am going to screw up so many of these words. I'm sorry. I'm so tongue-tied nowadays. Like, words do not come to my brain. So just bear with me. 20-year-old Violet Sorengale was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now, the commanding general, also known as her tough as Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre, dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away. Because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Riorson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her, just to see the next sunrise. Yet with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at Besgaeth War College has an agenda. Because once you enter, there are only two ways out: graduate or die. Guys, the promises made to my experienced fantasy reader heart in the first chapter of this book, if this is not 5 stars, something, well, I know there are things wrong with me right now, but there are things altering why I like books and why I don't like books. But this has to be 5 stars. Like, it so far started off with everything that I love in books. And you guys know what I love in fantasy romance. I love a slow burn. I love an enemies to lovers. I love a who did this to you. The promises are there, you guys. The promises are there. We're going to read Fourth Wing, and we're hopefully going to love it. And like I said, I already started. I'm only like 125 pages in. It is not too long, okay? I always told you I'm not going to pick super, super long books. It is just under 500 pages, but it reads pretty quickly, especially for somebody who's not reading quickly right now. I do also know there is an audio available. My library had no wait list for it. So if you're an audio person, check your Libby app, because mine was just like, get the book. As always, I will put the link for the book down in the description below. I also really love the way that the book is set up, you guys. Like, the map in the front is beautiful. The way that there's like quotes, and it just, I don't know, it's got that like fully immersive fantasy book feel, and I really am enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Please read this with me. I hope we all love it together. I hope we all obsess about it together, and I'm going to be really sad that we're reading this so early, because I'm sure the next one will not be out for a very long time. So we'll have something to look forward to. Thanks for joining me for Fun Size Book Club this month. Can't wait to talk with you all about Fourth Wing. And don't forget, you can find me on all the social media. And I'll see you guys next time.